Hello Snowpoint Temple, this is Necrostevo and you're watching one of my narrated Wi-Fi battle videos. Today's match is an UU match that I had against Trainer Connor. Be sure to go check out his channel, I battle him a lot, and he's actually a pretty skilled battler, so if you like what you see today, be sure to give him a subscription. Now, we both kind of ran some unconventional things this match. I start off with Machamp just because I have the Lumberry, and I can kind of take on just about anything that he has. He starts off with Zapdos. By using Discharge, I figured he was probably a little bit more defensive, but that's okay with me. I figured I can probably take him out with a Stone Edge, or at least try to confuse him with a Dynamic Punch and then take him out with a Stone Edge. So I do go for Dynamic Punch first. That works out in case he does try to switch in something that resists this Stone Edge, like Cobalion. And I do get the Confusion hack, so he hits himself in Confusion, and I'm able to take him out with the Stone Edge. So that's an early 6-5 lead for me. But of course, an early lead doesn't mean much if you don't seal at the end of the day. So he's gonna go out now and do his Embor, and he goes for a Wild Charge. I think he was predicting me to switch right there, which I don't like that play. If your opponent has something that can KO you, you probably shouldn't over-predict like that. At the same time, I'm also surprised that Wild Charge just didn't KO. So it was not a bad move at all to just go for a Wild Charge. That way if I switched, he would get something, and if I didn't, he would still finish me off. So Dynamic Punch doesn't quite finish him off, but I do carry Bullet Punch, and that is able to finish him off. So Top Papinda, which is actually Korean for I'll break you, is able to finish off 2 Pokemon right there. And here I just stay in to let him finish off Machamp. I could have gone for Bullet Punch. I don't know why I didn't go for Bullet Punch right there. Kind of silly. Oh, I was expecting Hone Claws. That's why I didn't go for Bullet Punch. But now I'm just going to start Thunder Waving things to try to kind of set things up so that my Dodrio can maybe sweep later on. If I can slow some things down, that's going to enable Dodrio to kind of run through his team with Brave Birds and even Thrash, because it's a Tangle Feet Dodrio. I figure he's just going to set up his rocks here, so I figured I should probably get mine up as well. Neither of our teams are very heavily impacted by the rocks, but what can you do? I just went for the Iron Head there because I wanted to see what he would do. He's going to go for Close Combat, and I don't get the flinch or the paralyzation, even though pretty decent chance of that happening. And when I see how much damage that Close Combat does, it's like, wow, okay. I may not have the HP investment, but I am max defense, max special defense. So we're going to need to figure out what we need to go into to take that. So I'm going to go for another Iron Head, hoping that with the minus defense drop he'll take it a little worse. And I think he expected me to switch out, so that worked out for me. I was actually just fishing for the flinch slash. Maybe this will do a little more damage, because of course I can't have Seismic Toss on Registeel, because I only got him recently. But, you know, that's an argument for a different day. Now, when Kabutops comes out, I wasn't really sure what to expect from it. I didn't want it setting up in my face, so I decided to stay in and Thunder Wave it. And, unfortunately for me, he has the Lumberry on there, so that was a pretty good move on his part. If I had just attacked with Iron Head, it would not have done very much damage because Kabutops has very good defense stat. And, here he predicts me to go out into Tangrowth, which I actually predicted because the first time he used Waterfall. So I figured let's just stay in and Thunder Wave him again. So now he is Thunder Wave, which is great because I slowed that thing down. And of course he has a 25% chance of paralysis. And I'm just going to stay in here and go for Iron Head if I need to, or now expect him to go for a Waterfall. I can go into Tangrowth. I have a couple of options. He does stay in and go for a Waterfall, which is good. I have Registeel as Death Fodder for later if I need it. And I can just seed him. This is a weird Tangrowth set. It has Leech Seed, Knockoff, Sleep Powder, and Amnesia. It really only works when my opponent carries really bulky things that have their own recovery. Because then I'm able to, I have max defense, raise my special defense with Amnesia, and then just completely outstall them. So it's kind of a stall breaker because of Toxic and Leaf Seed. And of course it doesn't work against poison types. It's not going to work in this situation though, against Kabutops, he does not have enough HP to warrant leech seeding. And of course, my opponent does not have that many specially attacking Pokemon either. So I decided it's not worth my time to stay in there and try to do that whole rigmarole. That and I don't really like stalling. Tangrowth is more of a stall breaker than it is to initiate stall, rather. And I'm going to set back up the rocks again, just because he's Rapid Spin to get rid of him. And he's going to take me out with a waterfall, which is okay. Now I get to bring in something fresh to take him out, and that was the main thing. I just didn't want to switch anything in and take a hit from Kabutops, because Kabutops can hit pretty hard. And I do get a chance to use Meloetta in this batch. I don't see Meloetta very often. Its stats are kind of weird as far as how they're spread, and of course Relic Song will require some planning for physical, but this Meloetta is actually just a Calm Mind, Timid, max special attack, max speed one. And I have Life Orb, and I go for Psychic. I did not expect this to KO Cobalion, and it actually does. I was really impressed with that damage output. Cobalion's defense is a lot better than the special defense, but it still has, I think, like a 90 special defense stat. So by the fact that I was able to KO that, I was like, alright, I'm feeling myself right there. And here I was hoping that he might set up expecting me to switch out, but he just goes straight for Stone Edge, which I thought was also kind of a weird play, unless he was expecting me to switch out as well, which Stone Edge could have hit neutral on just about anything that I had left, including Dodrio, who would have resisted the Brave Bird, resisted the X-Scissor. Now here I do expect that I can live an X-Scissor barely, just because of how bulky Tangrowth is, and I wanted to put him to sleep. Just because I don't have anything faster than that thing at this point. So I do get to live it with right on the edge there at 39 HP. Get to put him to sleep. We're going to switch out now. He has to have one mandatory sleep turn. I can go on into Dodrio. Hopefully he's going to have two sleep turns, one mandatory and then an additional turn of sleep. And then I can take him out. And he does stay asleep, which is great for me. Dodrio is going to be able to go for Brave Bird and KO Durant. So I was very pleased about that. It took a long time to get this Dodrio to have Tangle Feet and Thrash and Brave Bird. And it also has Mirror Move. If the only opportunity I've gotten to use Mirror Move is outraging against an Altaria, and the only reason I did that is because he also had a good bite left, that particular opponent. But anyways, though, I don't really have anything that I want to switch into Weavile, so I just leave Dodrio in right here in case he tries to set up or anything like that. And I know that if I go back out into Tangrowth probably can't take a hit from it either. But at the same time, I really need the Life Orb damage on it, so I'm kind of just letting it get whittled down by virtue of its own attacks. I figured if I could get it low enough, then I can maybe take it out with a neutral hitting attack from my last Pokemon here. So he's going to go for Ice Punch, and I was like, okay, I know I can live that, and then I can maybe take him out with a Rock Slide, because I didn't want to risk setting up an Agility. I mean a Rock Polish rather, but unfortunately he gets the Freeze, and I did live that, and I don't have Life Orb. I had Expert Belt, so that would have been nice if he hadn't frozen me there. But that means that I'm going to actually lose this match, I think 0-2, as he finishes me off with a Brick Break there. That was a very untimely freeze, but that was still a good match. We got to use some unconventional Pokemon. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe to the Snowpoint Temple channel, and I'll see you guys later. Bye now.